Welcome to Azure Databricks. In this video we will discuss about the Databricks cluster and we will see how can we create the Databricks cluster. Before going to the Databricks cluster, let's see the architecture of Apache cluster. Actually that is the Spark system that I have explained you in the previous videos. It has n number of separate machines who all work together towards a common goal. This is referred to as cluster. These machines can be reside anywhere, but all these are connected and work together. Each machine can have more than one task, and each cluster we have one particular machine that called the driver node. In terms of the Databricks cluster, all these work nodes are the Azure virtual machines. That's why we call it Azure Databricks cluster. So now you can easily understand what is the Azure Databricks cluster. This is a set of computational resources and configurations on which you run data engineering, data science and data analytics workloads such as production ETL pipelines, streaming analytics, ad hoc analytics and machine learning. So if you are talking about the workloads, so you can consider it a set of commands, and we write all these commands in a notebook or as an automated job. I will explain you how we can create the commands in the next sessions. But for now, let's understand the cluster. This is the compute button here. If you click here, you can see create cluster. So once you click on create cluster, you will see a new window with the configurations, what kind of cluster you want to create. In the beginning, we can see multi-node or a single node. As we saw in the definition, it's a set of the computational resources. So you can have one node or you can have the multiple node. At the industrial level, you can select the multi-node, and if you have very small kind of workloads that you want to perform, you can select single node. Here you can see the access mode. If you click here, if you see the help icon, single user shared and no isolation shared. Means you can access this cluster by a single user if you select this access mode, and shared means multiple users can share the cluster to run workloads on data secured in Unity catalog. And if you don't want to put any isolation, you can select no isolation shared. Multiple users can share the cluster to run workloads in any language. Now select the performance Databricks runtime version. So you may have the question, what is the Databricks runtime? Let me explain you the Databricks runtime. Databricks runtime is a set of software artifacts that run on the cluster of machine managed by Databricks. But apart from Apache Spark, we have different softwares. Different version includes the different kind of the performance, security, significantly lower operation complexity, and some tasks like rapid release and early access to the new features during the computational task. And if you see the ML also having the different versions. But what is the difference in ML and standards? And so suppose if you are performing the machine learning workloads, you should select the machine learning Databricks runtime, because all these machine learning runtimes includes a variety of popular machine learning libraries. The libraries are updated with each release to include new feature and fixes. So if there is some bug in particular database runtime, a new version will come with the fixes. Use photon acceleration. If you want to increase the performance with the speed, you can enable it. And next one is the node type. Different kind of nodes you can select here. 14 GB memory, 4 cores. Apart from that, you can see different configurations. You can select as per your requirement. Terminate after 120 minutes. That is the default setting. You can change it. And tags. Some default tags are there, but you can add more tags. And in advanced options, you can change the configuration. You can change the logging, where the log should be stored. You can give TFS and give the path. And in init script, you can put some scripts, whatever you want to run. You can change the path and you can put the script here. After all this configuration, you can create cluster, and it will take few minutes. Once it's done, you can see a checkbox that is completed, and you can see the running cluster. Therefore, you can create multiple clusters in your Databricks account. I hope you understood. In the next video, I will show how can we create a job in the Databricks. That's all in this video. I'll see you soon in the next video. Happy learning.